Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and in this video, we're going to focus on the 1950 Lincoln cent. Do you have one of these coins? Do you have one in pretty nice grade, or maybe you have one that looks a little funny? You know, you never know what you have found. I always say this, and I'll say it again. There are pretty valuable coins in just about every date imaginable in every denomination of U.S. coin. You just got to know what to look for, right? Well, in this video, we're going to focus on three things, okay? You've probably seen videos similar to this on my channel or other channels. Generally, we spotlight one specific date of coin, okay? So we're going to take a look at all what they call business strikes. These are coins that were made and intended strictly for circulation. So we're not going to talk about any proof coins, any weird special strikes that may exist out there. But how about the coins that you just find at a change, all right? Or maybe you find out of a collection or an album that's been passed down to you. You want to know more about it. What exactly do you have? This is the place here. So for 1950, we're going to focus on the three different branch mints that produced this specific date of Lincoln cent. So we're going to look at the Philadelphia, we're going to look at the Denver, and we're also going to look at the San Francisco minted coins. All right, and like I always do with these videos, okay, there's three ways to make money. All right, so the first way is to find a really nice high-grade specimen that looks like it was just freshly minted yesterday, and going and getting it certified or graded through those big companies like PCGS or NGC. All right, so there's always a big need and desire for the top grade examples of every single coin out there, mainly to fulfill something called a registry set. Okay, so they're pretty much like high dollar, kind of king of kings type of collecting. All right, another way to make money off of these coins is through varieties. Does it have a double to die? Maybe there's a repunch mint mark or a transitional kind of like change in the die that you need to know about. Okay, we're going to look at that as well. And finally, I had mentioned, you have a coin that looks funny. Well, you might have an error coin. All right, we are also going to take a look at a few examples of error coins that you can find in the 1950 Lincoln cent. Okay, and then you pick whichever one, or you just focus on all three, and you should go no wrong. So I want to take this time to thank everyone who's joining up on my video this morning or this afternoon or whenever. And as always, don't feel shy to hit the like button. Feel free to share the video if you desire. And most importantly, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, man, you're really going to be missing out on some of the cool videos that's going to be coming out. I upload every single day, so you get fresh content about this wonderful hobby. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in to the first business strike coin. It's going to be the 1950 Philadelphia. Now, unlike the other two coins that you're going to see later on in this video, the Philadelphia minted coin bears no distinguishing mark as to its mintage facility. Usually there would be a mint mark right under the date. Okay, Philadelphia, you would think there would be a P mint mark, much like a lot of our more modern coins where there's actual physical P mint marks for Philadelphia struck coins. These ones do not have it. All right, so this is an incredibly tough coin to grade. However, if you look at the mintage figures, you figure you'd find one out there. So finding a nice high-grade specimen may seem like a walk in the park. There were 272,635,000 total Philadelphia 1950s produced during that time. Now let's go ahead and talk about grading, okay? Because a lot of people are interested in grading these coins, okay? And then there's going to be a lot of money to be made if you're able to find an example that grades out high enough to be the best of the best. So through PCGS, who we will use as far as a grader to pull up the data that you need to know as far as the highest grade, values, how many exist in that particular grade. Okay, PCGS is your place. So the top assigned grade for a 1950 Philadelphia is Mint State 67 Plus Full Red. It's the coin that you see on screen currently. There have been only 6 examples that graded out at this elite level. All right, so it's the best of the best. As we know, the top grade for coin grading is mid-state 70 or proof 70. The 70 grade is perfection. This is as close as you could get. Now let's go ahead and talk about the highest recorded sale of this coin, and it's going to be through Legend Auctions. Okay, an example in mid-state 67 plus, the coin that you see on screen, sold in September of 2019 for $7,050, which is way above what the PCGS price guide value is for this coin. Again, incredibly difficult. Philadelphia was not, they were known for their lack of quality control with these coins during the 50s. So you're going to find a lot of much tougher coins to find in this high mint state for the Philadelphia minted wheat cents. All right, so that's the Philadelphia minted coin. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Denver. As you can see on this one, you got a nice letter D under the date. Pretty easy, pretty distinguishable, even with the naked eye. No shortage. This is the highest minted branch mint out of the three at 334,950,000 pieces produced. All right, so again, there's no shortage. Some would even say that Denver Mint puts out better quality coins. But as you're going to see in this video, it is also one of the most valuable too, okay, in terms of just the Lincoln Cent series during the 50s. So the highest assigned grade by PCGS is mid-state 67 plus full red, much like the coin before it. However, this one has a much higher population at this level at 14. All right, so the coin on screen also has that CAC green sticker. Okay, that's a secondary authentication certification service, and what they do is they audit the actual grade assigned by PCGS and GC and the like, just to make sure that everything flows. Okay, everything is like consistent. All right, that's important. So get this: the highest sale of this coin in 1950 Denver in this particular grade was actually through Heritage Auctions, November of 2013, in the amount of $15,275. Wow, that is spectacular. That's a lot of money for a branch mint that typically produces some pretty high quality coins. So if you guys don't know, now you know. There is a San Francisco minted coin as well. Okay, so this one has a tiny little S under the date, and then that's how you know you have a San Francisco minted 1950. Now, this one is the lowest minted out of the three at 118,505,000 pieces produced. Does that particularly equate to more rare? Not exactly. Quite a few of these are known in mint states. So if you wanted to buy, like, say, a nice middle-of-the-road mint state 64 or 65 to put into an album, I'm happy to say that that's a coin that you could get for a few bucks. Now, where it really matters is the highest grade. For the 50S, the highest assigned grade is mint state 67 plus full red, in which 24 examples were graded at this level, with none finer. So let's go ahead and talk about the high sale for this particular coin. There was an example that sold September 14th, or September of 2014, on Heritage Auctions as a mint state 67 plus full red for $9,400. It's probably one of the earlier examples of this particular grade level. There probably was like 4 or 5 of them at that grade level at the time. So that helps kind of justify the price value. How much is it worth today is anybody's guess. These things just don't come up to auction that often. So we've looked at the 3 coins, talked about them informationally, and also discussed grade. So what else is there? Well, there's varieties. Okay, there's a number of varieties to be found for the 1950 dates. Okay, there's a few minor double dies, there's tons of RPMs, but there is one marquee RPM that helps define this particular date, and it's a cherry picker's guide variety to boot, and it's the 1950 S over S repunch mint mark. This is also the FS 504 in the cherry picker's guide, if that's your thing. This one, as you can see, has a really nice top curl of the S. Much better to look at, especially on mid-state examples. Now, this coin right here is really neat. Okay, it's got a really clear, identifiable RPM. Again, you're going to want to use like an 8 to 10 times power magnifier to really see this thing shine. But this is a coin, even in the highest grades, that can be had for between like 20 to 40 bucks. Where it gets really pricey, again, is those mid-state 67 examples, which PCGS has a price guide value of this coin, this RPM, of $1,500. All right, so that's the one big variety. But if you want to take a look at some of the other minor doubled dies or RPMs for both the Denver and San Francisco minted coins, go ahead and check out a few sites like coppercoins.com, doubleddie.com, and even varietyvista.com. There are 3 sites that I bookmark, and I highly recommend that you guys too. If you are searching coins on the go, you can pop it up on your phone, check it out. I always carry a magnifier around with me because I'm kind of a coin nerd dork. So I always have one of those with me, and I have found many, many spectacular finds on the road. So make sure you go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few errors. I got 4 of them. And believe it or not, 1950 really didn't generate a ton of US Mint errors. But I have 4 here that are really neat. Okay, these are some coins that you may or may not come across, but there is some important information you need to know about with some of these errors. So the first one that we have here is a 1950D Lincoln Wheat Cent. This one is struck 40% off center. All right, this one graded out NGC Mid-State 64 Red Brown, and this one sold for $141 in 2017 through Heritage Auctions. Pretty neat coin. It's got the right look. Off-center struck coins are very collectible in the error community. So make sure you keep an eye out for not only this particular date of error, but all the other dates as well, going all the way up to the most current age of U.S. coinage. All right, so the next one that we have here, this one will stump a lot of folks because they'll look at this and say, oh yeah, this one was used like as a tool or a screwdriver. The thing got broken. It looked like damage. But in any event, this is a 1950S Lincoln Cent. This one features a broad strike with a ragged clip. All right, so this one looks pretty rough, but rest assured, this is a true blue U.S. Mint error. So this one graded Annex Mid-State 64 Brown. It's a nice presentable error coin. This one sold on Great Collections November of 2019 for $100.12. That's a really easy C note in your pocket if you can find one of these. All right, so this one is extremely tough. Okay, there have been very few documented finds of an off-metal strike. All right, so this one is a 1950D Lincoln Cent that was struck on a 10-cent, 90% silver planchet. Okay, it happens, and you know we see it quite a few times in the error community. This particular example is an Annex EF45 Details. It also notates that at one point it was cleaned harshly. So this one right here sold for $431.25 back in 2007 on Heritage Auctions. To give you an idea of how rare this coin is, because they just don't show up for this particular grade, the last recorded sale 13 years ago. So keep an eye out for stuff like this. Any off-metal strikes, something funny like that, you might have something there. And then finally, the last error coin for this particular date is going to be a 1950 Philadelphia off-center coin. All right, this one is a PCGS Mid-State 64 Brown. Very beautiful, very presentable. This one is also struck 40% off center. Features a really nice bold date. A lot of the devices are really strong and well struck on this coin. So we did see another 40% off center coin earlier, but that one was in Denver, so that one sold for only $141. This example that you see on screen sold September of last year, 2019, through Heritage Auctions for $720. So the real question is, why the big discrepancy between the first one that we saw that sold in 2017, the Denver, and this Philadelphia? Well, I had mentioned on a number of videos that people collect and they're very dedicated to off-center struck coins. All right, a few of the things they look for, again, that full date, and then the more off-center it is, the more that it's worth. Okay, so even though this matches the same percentage of off-center struck, there are specific dates that are keys to off-center error collectors. The 1950 Philadelphia is one of those. Otherwise, we'd be talking about another $100 to $150 coin. 1950 Philadelphia off-center struck errors just don't exist in the marketplace. This one sold last year, and it's been the only one that has sold on public record. So that gives you an idea of how tough this one really is. So, what'd you guys think? You think you can find something in your 1950 Lincoln cents? I hope so. I want to hear your success stories. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. As always, like, share, subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for instant notifications if you could, so that way you get first-hand access to all of the newest uploads. As always, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy hunting. Enjoy this hobby. And I'll see you on the next video. You guys take care.